Yo, welcome back to yet another episode of the Clutch Conversation. I'm your co-host, Ashton Hughes. With me right now today is...
I bought an Odell jersey just now. I'm super excited.
That's Ellis Earl, man. That's E.J. McCarthy. Earl Josiah.
And I bought a Kobe jersey, number 8. You know what it is, man.
Before the rape.
You feel me? This week alone, I rocked a baseball jersey. I rocked a soccer jersey.
I didn't got the soccer on deck.
Now I got a football jersey I can rock. And a hoop jersey.
Hey, if you know me, you know I got hoop jerseys on deck. Shout out my boy Calvin Cambridge, something like mine. Shout out to Jason Hayward when he was on my Braves. Rest in peace to that career because he's no longer good.
Rest in peace to that career. Jimmy Rollins had ass.
All right, we just going to jump into it, man. College football week 1 had some good matchups. Saw some great games. And we just going to get straight into it. So we're just going to name off some of the scores. So first we got the boys over at Stanford. They won 62-7 against Rice. Ohio State beat Indiana 49-21. Was looking rough for them in the first half, but they did fine after that. Cincinnati beat Austin, PA 26-14. Washington beat Rutgers 30-14. Wisconsin beat Utah State 59-10. Bama beat FSU 24-7. And Florida State loses their quarterback for the rest of the season, that being Francois. Let me hear your thoughts, or Ellis Earl.
All right, so I'm just going to couple in DeAndre Francois and Eric Berry together because both are out for the season, which is unfortunate. And I only bring them both up because they're both on two teams that had the Chiefs have Super Bowl aspirations and Florida State has national championship aspirations. And it sucks when the defensive leader for Chiefs go down and now the offensive leader for the Florida State goes down. And it just sucks because DeAndre Francois is a really good player. He's exciting. Florida State... Even if they lost, Florida State was still in a hunt for a national title. It just sucks to have to deal with this. But, never say never. Be optimistic. Nobody thought when Trent Green went down that Kurt Warner would step in, become an MVP, and lead the team to the Super Bowl. So, Blackman, the true freshman, will have to put the team on his back. And I'm excited to see what he can do.
So we like to hear, dog. For those wondering, FSU going into the game was third, and on the top 25, they're third in national, and they slid down to 10, so not too bad, but yeah. And then EJ said the other day he was like, if Bama lost that game, they're still gonna be like 4, just because it's Bama. You feel me?
Yeah, I got a couple takeaways from week 1 overall. My number 5 takeaway is that the Pac-12 just pretty much since college football playoffs started, the Pac-12 is battling with the Big 12 for playoff positioning. In my opinion, the Pac-12 has 2 teams that can make it, UFC and Washington, and so does the Big 12 and Oklahoma State. Luckily, USC and Washington avoid each other, but we'll have to meet in the Pac-12 championship game, I believe. But Oklahoma State and Oklahoma have to collide, and they have to go through West Virginia. So... it'll be interesting. My number 4 takeaway, if we don't see anybody really emerge, I know it's just the first week, but Lamar Jackson might have a chance to go back-to-back.
That'd be insane. Has that ever happened?
It's happened one time, R.G. Griffin. So that's...
oh, man.
Saquon Barkley right now is my number 2 Heisman favorite, but already Lamar Jackson has already submitted himself. And Kelly Bryant. Number 3 is that a lot of the ranked teams are closer than they appear to be. Usually the top 5 teams are always just a step ahead of the
quote-unquote
super
teams.
Yeah. But especially this year, it seems like a lot of the teams are very close. And a lot of the teams like Florida or Texas that we thought would be really good this year, they don't seem to be as good as we think they are.
Like an example would be like TCU wasn't ranked last week, and now they're 23rd.
Yeah.
And TCU could easily be ranked. You feel
just like Tennessee easily could be unranked.
Exactly.
But I feel like Auburn and LSU are 2 teams that'll sneak up on a lot of people. I definitely think Wisconsin is getting too much love because of last year, but at the same time, Wisconsin has an easy schedule. And they're always a very good defensive team, so that'll be good. My number 2 takeaway is Alabama's the same... it's pretty much the same song, same dance. Another elite defense.
Yeah.
Solid O-line. A terrific group of running backs and some explosive receivers.
So, a quarterback that I'm not going to give you great numbers, but get it done, though.
Yeah, Alabama's with the same old, same old. And my number one takeaway, if it wasn't already obvious, is the Big Ten might become the new SEC when it comes to their national championship teams are going to cannibalize themselves. And when I say that, Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State all have to play each other. If you watch Michigan against Florida, literally that defense smothered Florida. Even though Florida didn't have all their players, that's still a big thing. Indiana, Ohio State was close for a second before Ohio State just turned out the lights.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And Penn State basically participated in the scrimmage. Because
they won 52-0.
I don't think Saquon Barkley knew there was a defense going against him because he just ran all up and down the field like he was doing.
And Akron's not a horrible team, you know. Like they do pretty solid against. I mean,
and now Michigan, who was ranked outside the top 10, now all three of them are ranked in the top 10.
Michigan jumped to 8 from 11.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Wisconsin's still in the top 10. They're just on the other side of the conference. So whichever one of those three teams emerges is then gonna have to go play Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's at 9 now.
So you have 4 top 10 teams, and they all have to potentially play each other. Good luck, Big Ten.
No,
even though Big Ten could get all 4 of those teams in the playoffs if something weird happened.
That'd be insane.
That'd be insane.
Hey, if that happens, the recruiting class for those schools will be insane.
And shout out to Virginia Tech. Quality win against West Virginia.
Hey, not a shout out to Virginia Tech. Because I like West Virginia because they had Tavon.
Anyways, clutch performer.
No, yeah, we still got a whole bunch of games to talk about, man.
Like what? What else matters?
Bro, we missed Michigan, Florida. You didn't touch on that at all.
That game doesn't matter that much.
Bro, we're missing out on... There was one that was crazy, right? Yeah, Maryland, Texas, we didn't talk about. I had Texas on upset alert, and I was right.
Yeah.
Maryland won 51-41.
That won't matter when Texas beats Oklahoma.
They won't beat Oklahoma.
Trust me, they're gonna beat Oklahoma.
Hey, it's not gonna matter when San Jose State beats Texas tomorrow, boy.
If that happened, I'd literally lose my mind.
Hey,
if we beat Texas,
our recruiting class would be a little bit better. Not that much.
If we beat Texas but couldn't beat South Florida, that'd be crazy.
You think South Florida's not as good as Texas?
South Florida's better than Texas. I'm just saying, like, if we can beat Texas but not South Florida, that's just weird to me. Because Texas is like a bigger, like, even though South Florida's better in my opinion, Texas has more elite recruits.
And there's just more around it. It's Texas, you know? It's like UT.
Like, Texas is like one of those brands that's like...
Exactly.
They hold themselves to such a high standard.
Exactly. We touched on VTech a little bit. Texas A&M, UCLA, we didn't touch on that. Come on, man. That's crazy.
All right, so hot seats right now. Butch Jones is occupying the same seat.
Okay, who's the coach of Texas A&M? Because he needs
Kevin Sumlin. They're occupying the same seat. Bro. They're hot as hell.
Yeah, because they 28 unanswered points in the fourth, bro.
Yeah. Kevin Sumlin's known for, first of all, he can't win big games. He blows a lot of leads. And he puts all his stock into offense. And then when his offense doesn't even perform that well, the defense looks retarded. And the defense
looked
horrible. Defense has a lot of, like, good players. So it's not like they're playing without elite defenders. But Josh Rosen just did what Josh Rosen had to do. Shout out to him. I really wish the Bears had a tanked and took him instead of Trubisky. But it is what it is. I like Trubisky right now. Shout out to Jordan Lastly, one of my friend's cousins. But shout out to UCLA and Jim Mora as a whole. Jim Mora, you started that game. He was on the hot seat. Then he said Kevin Sumlin, hey, can you hold my seat for a second?
Yeah, for real, bro. He said, go ahead and hold this.
Yeah. So, good win. Both teams aren't going to be that good, so.
I think it's just Texas A&M, bro.
Texas A&M will win.
They were riding that Johnny Manziel.
They're going to win 6 or 7 games this year, and UCLA is going to win about the same amount, so.
Yeah. It sucks that UCLA is such a big brand, but the way the Pac-12 is looking right now, like, dubs are going to be hard to come by.
They're not going to beat Stanford. They won't beat Colorado.
They won't beat USC.
They won't beat UW. They won't beat USC.
Exactly. Like, it's tough out there, dog.
They won't beat Oregon.
No.
I don't even know if they play these teams. I'm just naming teams in the Pac-12 that are good.
Yeah.
They won't beat Cal.
Good game against. They'll have a good game against Arizona if they play Arizona.
They won't beat Arizona State.
Arizona State they won't beat?
No. Shout out to Cal for going across the country and pulling off that upset against North Carolina.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a quality win.
UNC's solid, too.
Solid.
That's a solid squad. All right, let's move on to this next game. That brings up actually one of our newest segments on the little podcast we got going on. So we're going to start having a clutch performer of the week. That's just going to be who we thought performed very well that week, whether it's basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever we want.
It does not have to be literally a clutch player either, just to get that out the way.
Yeah.
Like, it could be somebody that did make clutch plays.
It could be a GM.
Clutch player is just a play on to our name, Clutch Conversation.
Exactly.
So.
But then the next thing would be the clutch play of the week. So that's going to be, should it just be a clutch play or just a nice play? I feel like it has to be clutch.
It could be either. It could be either.
It could be either. So it's just a nice
My clutch
play
play
that saved the
is
game
gonna
or
be
something.
my clutch play is gonna be a clutch play that was also
exactly.
nice.
That brings us to the next game. Tennessee, who I had on upset alert, almost got upset. Beat Georgia Tech 42-41. Let me break this down, bro. So in the fourth quarter, this is to win. So Georgia Tech goes for the extra point, or no, field goal, excuse me. But Tennessee blocked it. The man, what's his name? Paul Blaine. Paul Blaine blocked it, and the game ended up going to double OT. And then Tennessee took the dub, as you can see. So let me talk about this man Paul Blaine real quick. So this man Paul Blaine, he was a walk-on redshirt offensive lineman, offensive tackle. This man has 2 jobs right now. He didn't have 2 jobs. He has 2 jobs right now because he does not play on scholarship. He has 2 jobs. He works at Champs and a horse farm. So on top of classes and football practice, weight room, eating schedules, itineraries, travel, all that stuff, he has 2 jobs, man. That's insane. So I thought I'd just put that out there. Paul Blaine out here putting in work. Shout out to all the single mothers because he's working like a single mother right now. Anyways, and then my clutch performer of the week, I don't know EJ's, but mine's going to have to be Ty Isaac Sr. He's a senior. Excuse me, he's not Ty Isaac Sr. Ty Isaac, he's a senior out of Michigan. He had 11 carries, but for 114 yards with 10.4 yard average per carry and a 33-17 win over Florida. So that's got to easily be my clutch performer of the week. And to say my play of the week is going to be Paul Blaine's block against Georgia Tech to make the game go to OT. That then went to double OT, and they got the dub. EJ, got anyone you want to shout out, dog?
My clutch player of the week is the same play. What else? I'm first of all, I'm so happy I called that. You feel me? I'm clean for calling that. Second of all, my clutch player is 3 different people, unfortunately, this week. I have Lamar Jackson, who absolutely feasted last week. He had 30 of 46, 65% completion rating. Threw for 378 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's insane.
That is insane.
How many INTs? None?
Oh, no. Not one in INT.
Dang.
And he also rushed for 100 yards.
Dang.
So, that's 500 yards of offense almost by himself. 400 yards. Like 4-something.
450 plus. Yeah.
And
478.
my other...
That's insane.
One of my other 3 is the quarterback, Dormady from Tennessee. I'm not saying it because he had a great game. He had a great fourth quarter where he threw for over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns to bring him back from down 2 touchdowns against the Yellow Jackets? Georgia Tech. All right, cool. I don't want to mess anything up because I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
You good?
And last but not least, I give it up to Saquon Barkley. Just like Ty Isaac, he had himself a day. Only 14 rushes, had 172 yards with 2 touchdowns. And he had 3 receptions for 54 yards.
That D-line's bad, man.
Yeah. Had an 80-yard touchdown run. So shout out to those 3 guys, man. Really shout out Ty Isaac.
Shout out Ty Isaac,
just
man.
a great way to start off the season for those guys.
We're just keeping it clutch convo.
Yeah.
Really? Hey, let us know who your clutch conversation performer of the week is in the comments bar or the plays, or just hit me up on the celly. You already know how it goes. Anyways, let me get off that. We're moving on to week 2, man. I'm going to list off these games to say who thinks is getting the dub. We're going to make this one nice and quick until we get to the clutch convo matchup of the week.
Okay.
First game, we got Oklahoma State, South Alabama. I don't think we need to speak on this.
Oklahoma State's currently winning.
Cincinnati versus Michigan. Oh, that's happening right now. That's right.
Cincinnati, Michigan.
I got Michigan, and I just want to chime this in real quick. They were number 11, jumped to 8. And I feel like this game's going to be real ugly, man. Cincinnati played really bad against a bad team, being Austin, PA. So they're probably going to get banged. Florida Atlantic, Wisconsin, number 9. I got Wisconsin. Louisville versus UNC. Louisville's now 17. Again, I got Louisville. Especially UNC come off that tough loss. Charlotte versus Kansas State, who was 19 in the nation. Charlotte about to take this L. USF versus UConn. USF's currently ranked 21. I don't really know how they went down considering they're 2-0, but hey, that's neither here nor there. I feel like they're going to win. Fresno State versus Bama. Shout out to Fresno State. Mountain West Conference. I got Fresno. No, I'm kidding. I got Bama. Next game, we got Pitt versus Penn State. I got Penn State. You want to talk about this game at all or no?
No.
All right. I got number 16 Miami versus Arkansas State. I got the U. Delaware versus Virginia Tech. I got VTech. Number 23 TCU, who wasn't ranked last week against Arkansas. I got TCU, but this is a good matchup right here, man. This is gonna be a cool little game. This is gonna be a nice game. Indiana State versus Tennessee, who's now 25.
Brett Bielema is not coaching nobody. He's not out coaching a soul. Gary Patterson.
13 Auburn for number 3 Clemson. This is gonna be a great matchup. I do have Clemson taking it up.
Clemson, I have winning, but Auburn will give them all they can handle.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be a great game. That's one of the great matchups we got this week. That was almost gonna be my matchup of the week, but there's just a better game in my opinion. We'll get to that next. Louisiana Monroe versus Florida State, who's now 10. I got Florida State. I feel like they're really gonna just lay the pedal down. Like they're gonna be full throttle, like to reclaim their top 5 status. What you thinking?
I
feel like there's gonna be a blowout, man.
I think they'll eventually blow them out, but they're going to halftime up like 17-7 or something. Because they're playing with a true freshman quarterback. And they're playing with a new running back, a new set of receivers. It's just not going to be as simple as if DeAndre Francois was.
They got to get like the feel first, halftime, talk about it, and then go.
But after the 17-7, I think the game will end like 49-7 or something.
I think it's going to get real bad.
Yeah.
Oklahoma versus Ohio State, again, another great matchup, but it's not my matchup of the week.
That's my matchup of the week.
That's a great one because it's a top 5 matchup.
That's my matchup of the week just because a lot of people are high on Oklahoma, and I like Oklahoma. I think they're going to finish the season unranked.
Man.
Because I think they're going to lose to them.
You just don't think they're going to win the big matchups?
I don't think they're going to beat Ohio State, Texas, West Virginia, or Oklahoma State.
You don't think they'll beat Texas?
I don't think they'll beat... I'm not even against Oklahoma. It's just those other teams I think will beat Oklahoma. West Virginia will beat Oklahoma.
All right, guys, you heard it here first on the Clutch Convo.
They may have lost to VTech, but they'll beat.
I'm not sure if I want to roll with EJ. I feel them, but I don't know. Like, I think they'll lose this game. Like, I feel you, though. But I don't know, man. West Virginia and Texas, that's tough. But I mess with it, though. So you guys heard it here first. This man, EJ, hey, if they lose to those teams, you heard it here first, bro. Sports analyst at his finest. Next, we got Chattanooga versus 12 LSU. I ain't talking about that game. 15 Georgia versus Notre Dame. I think Georgia's going to take the dub, but should be a pretty solid game. I feel like they'll win by like 10 or 14.
Georgia versus Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame?
Notre Dame.
Why is that?
I have a hunch.
How much they winning by?
10. They'll be up by a touchdown late in the game. Jacob Eason, somebody will make a mistake on offense, and they'll just kick a field goal at the end. And I don't know. I really like Georgia too, and I don't want to go against them. I like Jacob Eason. I like Kirby Smart. I like what they got going on. It's just Notre Dame's so far under the radar, bro.
They are, man. I was even thinking about it, like when they first released the top 25. I was like,
and although Notre Dame is reloading, bro, let's not forget just last season they were a top 10 team. Mm-hmm. So it's not like they don't have the recruits. They don't have the talent. They have it. So don't sleep on them.
Don't sleep, but I still got Georgia, though.
I'm going Notre.
All right, so this was going to happen. If Notre Dame wins, they win. I don't know. I was trying to think of something. Anyways, Northern Colorado versus 22 Florida. I'm not talking about that game. Montana versus number 7 Washington. Again, I'm not talking about that game. Here's my upset alert for the week. Boise State versus Washington State.
Great upset alert.
That's my upset alert game of the week. Shout out my man Chase Atata over there at Boise.
Shout out to Tyler
the boys
Dean.
with the blue field.
Shout out to Tyler Dean. Saw a Snapchat earlier. He was laying on the field. I don't know why he's at Boise State. I'm gonna talk to him, ask him about it. But he's out there, and he was at the state. So
yeah, man. So yeah, I think I got Boise. I think I'm putting my upset alert, and I think they're gonna get upset.
Yeah. No, I don't know if they're gonna get upset, but they're on upset alert.
They're big time.
This is just something that flew past me right quick. Shout out to Lamar Jackson. I just saw a stat that says he has set the FBS record for most touchdowns in the month of September, which usually people don't talk about how many touchdowns you have in a month.
After a week.
But he's only a junior and he has 27 career touchdowns. Keep in mind there's only 4 games a month. And he's only played 8 games
in
total.
September.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
He's played 9 games total in the month of
he has
September.
27 TDs.
Yeah, I don't even think he's
so
played
that's an average
9
of 3
games.
TDs a game.
Basically.
Total or passing?
Just total.
That's still insane.
Yeah.
But
and I don't even think he's played, like his freshman year, I don't think he played all the month of September. So really, he's probably averaging like 4 touchdowns a game.
That boy need to chill.
Yeah,
That's what
he needs to calm down.
He needs to chill, bro.
He needs to calm
You can't
down.
do that. That's not fun. I would hate to be a secondary just like you clamping a dude. Oh, and they're just Lamar running for 40 yards. Cool.
That's so funny that you say that, and as soon as you say that, I see a commercial with a dude wearing a Michael Vick jersey. And now he's wearing a Chicago Bears. Is that Kyle Long? What is that?
I think it was, actually.
That's disgusting.
So we're going to go move on to my matchup of the week. We got a Pac-12 matchup, bruh. We got the battle of SoCal versus NorCal. We got Stanford versus USC. I do have USC taking
versus LA.
You feel me? I do got USC taking it, though.
I don't know. Like,
but I'm going to enjoy
obviously
watching
because it's Stanford, USC is on upset alert.
Exactly.
But for me, every time USC is ranked number 6 and plays Stanford, they lose every time. And go ahead and tell the people where the game's at.
Is that USC?
It's at USC where they always lose to Stanford. That's why, as a USC fan, even though... All right, so let's just go get this out the way because people bring it up later.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm an LSU fan first and foremost.
Yeah, he is, bro. He
Never
loves Leonard Fournette. He loves all those dudes, bro.
I love Ohio State, USC.
Geaux, bro.
But that doesn't make me a bandwagon.
No,
even
he's
though
not,
they're top programs.
He just respects them, bro. Chill.
So, as a USC fan, I know Stanford's about to come because Stanford beats Oregon.
Stanford's
USC
going for their heads, bro.
They're coming for their heads.
They're
number 6, and they always beat USC at home. I'm nervous for this one.
Because Stanford take this dub, they at least
got.
I
believe in Sam
10.
Darnold. Sam Darnold has the it factor.
All right, how about this? Stanford wins. Where are they going to be in the top 25?
If Stanford wins,
they're 14 right now.
They'll jump to number 9.
Yeah, I was thinking 10, 9. And then USC, if they lose,
you can't not beat a top 10 team, and you're already on the bubble of being a top 10 team and not jump into it.
And then where's USC fall if they lose?
If USC falls, they'll fall to 13.
13?
They're dropping from 6, though.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that.
Because they can't drop past 15.
Yeah,
that's just not fair.
Yeah, okay. I'll go like
13's a big fall, though.
No,
but you're still outside.
That's not a good look.
You're still outside the top 10.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. 13.
Yeah. 13. I was going to say like 13, 14.
Around there.
13, 14. We'll see what happens, though. I got USC winning, but again, I would not be surprised if they took an L.
If they lost to Auburn. Because Auburn's at 13 right now, Clemson's at 3. I feel like Clemson falls to number 9. I don't think they fall outside the top 10.
They can't fall out the top 10, man.
But I think Auburn climbs to
who did Clemson play last week?
Number 7, though.
Who did Clemson play last week? Didn't they play a pretty good team? Oh, no, they played Kansas State, so I don't know, actually. But they were 5 and they moved up off that dub.
Anyways, NFL.
I think that latest they'll go down. Hold on, the worst. I feel like the worst is like 8, 9 though.
I don't think they fall out the top 10
because I feel you can't put national championships or defending national champions out of the top 10 after one loss against a good team,
and being ranked this high this early.
And I don't think Auburn will fall too much either if they lose.
No,
I feel like 16 probably.
They'll fall to 18.
18. I'm saying, but yeah, that's my matchup of the week, man. Let us know who you got. We're going to move on to the NFL. So, yesterday, Chiefs played the Pats, man. And Tom Brady was looking hurt.
I called it, bro. No. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna try to destroy this myth now.
Go ahead.
Tom Brady may have been incomplete on, like, 16 passes, which is not good. Mm-mm. But I keep hearing people say he looks like a 40-year-old quarterback.
No.
Tom Brady didn't look bad.
No, yeah, no.
Tom Brady didn't look terrible. So, at the same time, the Chiefs' defense looked elite.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. The secondary was crazy.
When people kept talking about the Patriots going 19-0, that's not...
Yeah, I never thought that.
That's not realistic. And they have a hard schedule. They have to play the Raiders and the Steelers. You have to play the Chiefs to start the season.
I was on Twitter. I'm going through. But people were like, oh, Patriots are trash. They lost to the Chiefs. Since when have the Chiefs been a bad team? Why is that such a bad thing?
Before Jerry Maclin was traded... Before Spencer Ware got hurt and before Eric Berry went out for the season, I had the Chiefs for sure in the AFC Championship.
They're nice.
For sure.
They haven't been bad for like 6 years.
A lot of people might be mad at me because I don't know if I said this before the season started, but the Chiefs and the Raiders were my predicted AFC Championship.
You said this before the season?
Yeah. I didn't say it before the season, but that's always been my thought.
Mine was Raiders and these boys.
And I still have a 3-way. Like, I have the Giants and Seahawks, but I want to put the Falcons in there so bad for the NFC Championship.
You said You Seahawks,
Giants
Falcons,
versus
Giants. Yeah, Giants.
But the Falcons are right there.
Falcons
Anyways,
are right there.
Tom Brady didn't look that bad to me. Alex Smith looked extraordinary.
What?
Kareem Hunt looked anything but an NFL
Yo,
rookie.
he gotta chill.
Yeah, he looked anything but an NFL rookie.
He ran for what, 248?
He said, "Oh,
that's insane."
He said, "Oh, you thought debuts were something? Oh yeah."
You know what the crazy part is?
He said you thought Dak's debut was something. Let me go
not
ahead
even
and show
that, bro.
this.
Like if you think about it, like this is a rookie coming out of Toledo. You know, so not like a huge school. Toledo's solid, but not a huge school. He had one out of 856 carries. He had one fumble in college. Comes out, what was it? Second carry, first carry of the game.
First
carry in the NFL, fumbles, right? But bounces back and rushes for 248
and 3 tugs.
Oh my!
I saw somebody have. I tried to get him on fantasy, didn't get him. I saw somebody get him, and he had like.
Did he bench him? Do you know?
No, they played him.
Oh man, I want to see how many points he got.
I'm kind of mad. Let's just jump right into this. Chiefs Patriots, great game. Sorry Patriots, you guys took that fat L.
No, that was pretty big.
Ezekiel Elliot.
Oh man.
A court ruled today that a Texas court ruled today that the NFL did not give Ezekiel a fair process. So
they're running it back?
No, so they completely are ending his suspension. Not the NFL. A court has said that
like Texas.
The state of Texas has put a hold on his suspension. So Ezekiel is expected to play the entire season.
Whoa.
I'm so mad because if I had known that, I would have got him way sooner in fantasy. We let him sit there for like 2-3 rounds.
He was there forever. Hey, by the way, we got Fantasy League. I'll put both our teams up on the screens now. I'll just go ahead and put them up. I'll just edit in editing. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. But yeah, we got fantasy teams, man. And Patriots defense really ruined it for me. It was looking good after that fumble. I was hyping, and after that, they got negative 4 points for the kid.
I had the Seahawks and the Giants defense. I'm hyped,
bro. I thought,
and I got Julio.
You know what's crazy? I got the Patriots and Chiefs.
I'm hecka weak.
I swear, because
you had no choice but to lose yesterday.
That's what I'm saying, because they both balled out. But I was low key thinking like, okay, Chiefs, they're probably gonna get like 21.
Who got Tom Brady? I didn't see anybody get Tom Brady in our.
I think someone had to have got him.
I should have got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you.
I got Big Ben and Matt Ryan.
I got Cam Newton and Derek Carr.
But Aaron Rodgers seemed like he got taken like first. Like somebody's weird enough to take a quarterback first.
This is A-Rod, man. Aaron Rodgers.
Anyways,
Zeke's back. Zeke's back. That's crazy.
NFL game of the week for me is the Giants versus Cowboys. I'm excited to see that.
Of course, man. I mean, the old-fashioned rivalry. The re-up Giants, and then we got to see how Dak's going to bounce back and I guess possibly see the man Zeke.
I'm going to be honest, I really don't have anything to say about the NFL right now. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Until the season starts, it's like...
I feel like NFL is so hard because I think people forget there's this thing called tape. Like, that's why people are trash so fast sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why Tom Brady and guys
and it's
like
that
are
it's
so
really
good.
hard to gauge the NFL season because... Like, a team can start hot like the Vikings did 6-0 last year and then falter down. Like, I think the NFL season doesn't really start until the month of October. Yeah. That's really when teams are set. But at the same time, it's like you can't
sleep on these games either, though.
You can't sleep on the first month because that's where the foundation is built.
Exactly.
Of each team.
Speaking of football, man, should we talk about Colin Kaepernick or leave that catch for another day?
We'll leave that for another day.
For sure, I'm down.
There's another thing I wanted to talk about, but I forgot.
Oh, Roger Goodell was at the game, the Patriots-Chiefs game.
Oh,
he was probably feeling
know what Roger
himself.
Goodell said about Kaepernick?
Oh, he said, you told me. Hold on. Let me try to remember what he said.
He said, why is somebody asked him a question about Kaepernick.
I gotta remember this. Oh, what was it? I totally forgot.
He said,
it's none of my business.
I'm not a football expert.
That doesn't make sense to me.
First of all, no. Just no. We're not, no.
He just don't want to talk about it.
Roger Goodell is
He's not trying to get in more trouble, bro. That's all.
Why can't the NFL just have an Adam Silver?
That's what I'm saying. Because like I was thinking like NBA. If there's a problem like this in the NBA, Adam Silver like he knows how to like
even the
he'll
MLB's
talk about
commissioner's not as much as
like Adam Silver will talk about it, but he'll keep it unbiased. It sounds like Because I mean, at the end of the day, he's running this league, but he also wants to make fans.
And even if he's trying to make it unbiased, he'll at least be like even if he's not even if he's biased against something, like let's say like for whatever reason he was a Warriors fan over the Cavs, and he wanted to see the Warriors win. Yeah, this is hypothetical.
Yeah.
If he says, I think the Warriors winning would be great for this league, I want them to win. They'll make us more money. But I know LeBron and the kid. Like, he'll always have...
Yeah, exactly.
He'll be biased one way, but understand the other people's side.
He'll play his own advocate almost.
Yeah. Roger Goodell doesn't...
But by saying this, Roger Goodell, like, I don't think it's that he not cares. I think it's because he doesn't want to get in trouble.
It's like he's toned it.
Exactly. Like, I feel like he's saying that because he doesn't want to get in trouble, but a lot of people are probably going to take this like, wow, he don't care.
Yeah.
This is your league, though, so you should care. But... yeah, man. I feel like that's a horrible answer. You could have said literally anything. Actually, let me not say literally anything because I get real bad. But he could have said something else. Like,
you could have been way more diplomatic.
I feel like that's an answer you should be, especially that. Like, I feel like that's a question to be ready to answer.
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge thing that's been going on for ever since he first kneeled down.
If you ever want to talk to Roger Goodell, bring up 3 names and he'll never talk about it.
Go ahead.
CTE, James Harrison, and Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
And now Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
Or Deflategate. So, like, you call those 5 things
Roger
out,
Goodell,
Roger Goodell pretend like he doesn't know what you're talking about.
He got to get a new, like, squad with him or something, man, because it's not looking good.
And for some reason, the Phillies and somebody else, I think it was the Marlins, are playing a baseball game and the score says, never mind. Yeah, so it's 10-4, Phillies versus Nationals. Now 10-7. Are they playing football or are they playing baseball?
Yeah, what?
10-7, bro? Man. What?
And the state, you just brought up the Deflategate.
Where's the pitching?
Hey, and you talk about baseball. So let's mix in cheating in baseball, man. So recently, I want to say Wednesday of this week. It is currently the 8th, right? I think today's the 8th.
It's the 8th.
Yeah, today's the 8th, Friday. The Red Sox got caught cheating. Now, wondering, like, okay, how'd they cheat? I got you. Don't even worry. So currently, let's put this out there. Red Sox are finally getting their money's worth for all this money they're paying for these freaking players. And are first place in AL East. About time this money's finally paying off. But about, I think, 2 weeks ago, let me go ahead and read this. Yankees GM Brian Cashman fielded a detailed complaint with video that the Yankees shot of a Red Sox trainer looking at his Apple Watch, then relaying the signs to the players. Now, they don't tell us exactly how they cheated, but if I had to guess, the trainer was probably watching the game on his Apple Watch. He was probably watching the game on his Apple Watch. You want the phone? I'm so confused. What?
Right there.
Oh, yours. Gotcha. Sorry.
My bad.
No,
I tried my hardest not to
what?
interrupt the podcast. Like what you were saying.
Okay, so I was thinking the trainer was watching the game on the Apple Watch. Therefore, he could see the catcher because you guys know that that little camera shot like right behind the pitcher, so you can see everything. Anyways, he saw the catcher's signs, and they probably had some way of relaying it to probably the dugout, and then the dugout therefore relaying it to the batter, whether it was off speed, off speed curveball, changeup, fastball, knuckle, whatever guy's pitching up there, and that part's not cheating because I know in high school we did the same thing. Not with Apple Watches, like we would just have guys in the dugout pick up on whether it was like a mannerism or a numbers that the opposite coach would use, write that down somewhere, and then we'd relay it to our batters. There's tons of ways. I'm sure everyone knows what you say the batter's last name, you say a color, whatever it is you're doing. But there's no rule against taking signs, but there is a rule against taking signs while using technology such as Apple Watch. They're not allowed to have phones in the dugout, that type of stuff. And Apple Watch is almost essentially an extension of your phone. So that's a huge no-no. I appreciate the cleverness. I do appreciate it. Like, that's low-key clean that they're like, okay, let's grab this. Let's take advantage of the technology. I get that. But they got caught, man. So y'all not slide for that. So shout out to the Red Sox for trying to be clean. But shout out to the Yankees for catching them in the act, man. And who better team to catch them than the Yankees, like, for real. And then EJ actually brought up a point when we were talking about this the other day. I forgot he was like, there's just so much cheating going on. You feel like this wouldn't be that big of a deal. Just, PEDs, all the other stuff that we got going on. We can bring up John Bones Jones, but that's a different topic for a different day. You got any thoughts on this cheating thing, man?
I just think
it's hilarious.
It's hilarious, and they're kind of super evil geniuses for this.
No, yeah, definitely.
Besides that, I have nothing to say. It's just funny to me. They really went out there and Apple Watched.
All right, man. We gonna finish it off.
They literally are. When somebody says you're ahead of your time,
yeah.
When it comes to cheating,
the
they're ahead of
2017 to
your
the
time.
2047 type of stuff.
They are so funny, bro.
All right, man. So,
the Red Sox said, bro, Deflategate who?
We gonna move this on to NBA topic, and we're gonna go ahead and close out today's show. So, the Houston Rockets, the team with now Chris Paul and James Harden and Clint Capella and guys like that, were sold a couple days ago for $2.2 billion. $2.2 billion. Les Alexander was a former owner. He sold it to Tillman Fertitta. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right, but Tillman Fertitta. And Les Alexander, he made a fat profit. He bought the team back in '93. Guess how much he bought the team for, EJ?
30, not even 30, 240 million?
85 million, bro.
Oh.
And he sold it for 2.2. He just made fat stacks. He's chilling for a while. But, I mean, the way it's looking, I guess this next guy can probably sell it for a good amount, too. You got any thoughts on that? Or do you want to move on to the...
That's just crazy to me. Shout out to the Dikembe Mutombo, though. He tried to put the money together to buy the Rockets.
Oh, really? That would have been dope.
That would have been cool.
He'll probably part on in.
Shout out to Mason Rudolph, the quarterback at Oklahoma State. I just saw that...
That was hella random.
The first half... No, it's just because the first half just ended in the game he's playing in, and he just broke the school's record for all-time passing yards.
That's dope.
And he now leads the school...
In passing yards.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how much the actual yards.
All right, well, when he gets that up, we can close this out with arguably one of the biggest offseason moves in the last decade. Let me chill. But one of the biggest trades in a couple years, man. So the Kyrie Isaiah Thomas trade is officially official. The only thing is the Celtics had to add a second-round pick. I feel like that's just the Cavs being super petty.
Yeah.
At that point, like, what y'all need a second-round pick for? But, hey, there you go, man. So Kyrie is officially number 11 for the Boston Celtics. I know EJ's excited. He don't got to deal with Avery Bradley having to attempt to clamp Kyrie every night. But, yeah, man, I feel like the Celtics about to be nice. I really like this trade. Honestly, for both teams. Like, I mean, I said this on the podcast before. Isaiah Thomas is getting older. He is 28. He's 3 years older than Kyrie. So, there you go, Celtics. Kyrie just turned 25. And Isaiah Thomas is on an expiring contract. He's going to want bank next year. We're not sure if LeBron's going to re-sign. We're not sure if IT is going to re-sign. So they get that first-round pick. You get your future starter a little bit. You get Jake Crowder. Going to be a great, solid guy off the bench. Great 3-and-D guy. I could see him starting maybe a couple games, possibly. If JR is, messing up, or maybe they just want to try something else. They throw Jay at the 2. Yeah, man. And then, like I said, Boston Celtics, I feel like Kyrie going ball. He averaged, 25 last year, 27 last year. I feel like he'll average 27 this year. I feel like he'll get more assists because he's going to be having the ball more. Gordon Hayward's still going to be getting his, of course. Yeah, man, Celtics should be cool. I feel like Celtics easily going to be a top 3 seed. My top 3 in the East probably going to be Cleveland, Boston, and Toronto. Outside those 3, I really don't know who else is getting W's in the East, to be honest. Hornets might be a top 5 team, which is crazy to say. What do you think, EJ?
What?
You think, who's going to beat the top 3 in the East? I don't really think there's... It's crazy how much of a separation I think there is between those teams. The Hawks are no longer a playoff team.
I think the top 3 will be the Cavs, then the Celtics, then the Bucks.
Oh, yeah, Bucks. But I forgot about the Bucks.
And then the Wizards, then the Raptors.
I forgot about the Wizards, too. I'm tripping.
I think the Bucks are going to take a big step forward this year, in my opinion. And they're getting Jabari back.
Are they getting him start of the season?
I just feel like they're going to move.
Are they getting Jabari at the start of the season?
I don't know.
If they get him start of the season, he'll play limited minutes. Or they should. Because I feel like they can still get W's without him. But obviously you want him on the court. But I would conserve. Because, he's been hurt every year. So I would chill on Jabari. Maybe 15 minutes a game to start off. And then maybe when we get to All-Star break, we can start getting up there. Because they need him big time if they want to do anything in playoffs. Because that could potentially be an Eastern Conference Finals team. I really think they can, man. They're a really solid team. They're a really nice team. But again, it's when your second best player is hurt, I don't think people realize Jabari was averaging 20 and 8 being rebounds. So that's a solid player you want on the floor. And if he's not on the floor, then that's what I'm saying. If he's not on the floor, then that's not cool. And I honestly think Thon Maker's gonna have a great year this year. I think we still don't know his age, but I feel like he's going to ball.
We're never going to know Thon Maker's age.
I feel like we're going to ball, though. I feel like he's going to be cool. Shout out to DJ Wilson coming out of the Sacramento area. I think DJ Wilson will be fine, too. I feel like, I'm not sure if he's going to get a lot of tick. I feel like if he does, I feel like DJ's going to fit the system really well. I feel like all summer he's probably been working on that jumper because that team needs shooters. And DJ, I know he was hitting low key in Michigan, so let's see what my man DJ can do with the jumper. If he can get that jumper down pat, he can definitely expect minutes over in Milwaukee.
Talk about just shout out to Tyreek Hill of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
That's all I wanted to do. But DJ Wilson, I feel like because their whole team's humongous, bro.
Exactly.
They pretty much look like the Monsters.
Monstars, yeah.
The Monstars, bro. Like
they're long, dog.
Like, bro, they're so big. Like they point guard is their starting point guard is 6'5". Their smallest person is Dellavedova if he's even still on the squad.
No, he is.
Like, bro, what? You got Giannis.
Malcolm Brogdon's 6'5"?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Well, is he even really the starting point guard with Giannis on the court?
On paper.
On paper he is, but is he really? Giannis is a beast.
Dude, Malcolm Brogdon's a perfect fit for that team too.
Yeah, he is.
He's a perfect fit.
Him and Tony Snell are the same guys, kind of, in my opinion. Like the same type of player.
I feel like Tony Snell might be a worse Malcolm. But he has more knockdown because that dude, Tony.
Oh,
I did not know he was 6'5". Man, that's crazy.
His knockdown is crazy.
Yeah, Tony Snell's a 3-and-D dude. Not so much on the D. Like he'll play solid defense. He gonna clamp nobody up, but he'll play good defense.
He'll play some really good defense.
That boy on the Bulls, when he was like, "Hey, this is my role." Like,
hey, no.
Especially when Jimmy Butler took over, like I gotta get this jumper.
I called multiple people when I used to play, like not used to play 2K for real. When
Tony
he
Snell was on squad.
Yeah. I never. Bro, the amount of times I missed during a game with him was usually low.
He was a hit.
Yeah.
No, he
Every
really
time
was.
I touched the ball, people were like, "Oh, Tony Snell open for three.
Exactly.
Just put 3 on the board, get back on D."
Yeah, it was a hit.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean,
it was a hit. No Drake.
It was a hit. No Barry Bonds. But look, here's the thing. Look, we gonna talk about it.
It was a hit. No Mayweather. It was a hit. No Chris Brown.
Oh man, that's
I just made it dark.
No, I don't really care.
I just made it dark.
Man, that was another edition of Clutch Convo, bro. You got anything to say?
No.
Ashton, do you got anything to say? Nah, man. Hey, we had another great show. Make sure to tune in next week. Sorry about last week. We had some homies from home come up, so we had to hang out with them. Take some time out of our days to hang out with the homie. Shout out Jovan. Shout out to our homie Darkwell.
We'll talk about this more next week, but if you really want to know who the fight of the year is, it's Canelo versus Triple G next week.
Yes, sir.
Saturday. I'm so excited for it. I can't wait. I may not be a boxing enthusiast, but I still enjoy the sport.
Exactly.
And I can't wait to see that war.
And if you think this is going to be a worse fight than McGregor and Mayweather, then you're tripping.
You're tripping.
Because, for one, we had a dude that wasn't even a full-time boxer in there. And then we had the quick extraordinaire himself who really played outside his game and still won.
Yeah.
But, again, that's why, because he played a inexperienced person. But, it's neither here nor there. It's a different topic.
Basically.
But, thank you for tuning in once again. This has been your host of the most, Ashton Hughes. My co-host to the left, EJ, Earl Josiah McCarthy. Make sure to follow all our pages. You guys know the rundown. We got it in the intro of the video for a reason. I think I put it in the description every time. Make sure to tune in every Friday. It's been the Clutch Conversation. And we out.